Utufaasisili. So throughout your career, you've shown a commitment to education and to Pasifika success. And the topic of your Masters was about student perceptions of success. So can you tell us about that? What does success look like to Pacific students?
So, you know, first of all, it was a real privilege to speak to Pacific students, and in my journey in education, actually, students have always been at the heart of what I do and why I do it, because I love seeing students become successful. And so for my master's study, one of the questions, there are several questions, but primarily looking at students' own understanding or conceptions of what they believe success to be. And for most of the students, they actually didn't describe success as a destination. I interviewed Year 13 students that were already on track to get Marital Excellence Endorsement at Level 3. But on the whole, they viewed success as not being about the destination itself, like a good job or a fancy home or a nice car. They actually spoke more about the importance of collective endeavour and the reason why they were aspiring to do well. And, you know, without fail, that was for their families, that was for their families, that was for their communities. And I still see that as a strong driver for many Pacific people today.
And what does success look like to you?
You know, success is very personal. So both my parents came from Samoa in their early formative years. So Dad came when he was, you know, an early teenager, and Mum came when she was 18. And I just think about their journey, because I think about their journey coming to New Zealand with little English, not knowing this brand new land and all that, but that they had to be resilient. They had to make choices. They had to do the best they can. And so I think about my parents, I think about other Pacific parents that went through that same journey. And as a child growing up, I always had that with me. So I always thought, okay, if I do well, then my siblings will do well. Then my parents, you know, will benefit from that. And so that has been my own kind of motivation, but it's what I see for others too. Education can transform lives. Absolutely believe in that. And so I believe that successful students, you know, means successful families, means successful communities, and ultimately a more prosperous New Zealand.